error consists in their being perceived as external objects. Just as the nacre is only a form of inner consciousness, so is the illusory silver. Advaita Vedanta rejects this theory. One of the grounds for rejection is that if the substratum, nacre, and the illusory silver are only forms of inner consciousness, then there cannot be any distinction between valid and erroneous perception. According to the theory of Anyataghyati of the Naiyayikas, when nacre is wrongly perceived as silver, the erroneous cognition that arises takes the form, this is silver. Here, this stands for nacre lying in front of the perceiver, and it is first seen as white piece and not as nacre. The distinctive feature of nacreness being missed either through some defect in sight or because of the particular situation in which the visual perception arises. The visual perception of nacre is this arises in the ordinary way by contact of the visual organ with the object in front. The real silverness that belongs to the real silver existing elsewhere is presented in this visual perception as the attribute of the nacre seen as this in a general form. Neither the real silver nor the real silverness could be said to be connected with the sense of sight through normal sense relation, and without such sense relation being established between the sense organ concerned and the object to be perceived, perception cannot arise. So, the Naiyayikas hold that the real silver and silverness come to be connected with the sense of sight through an extra-normal type of sense relation. Thus, according to the Naiyayikas, the visual misapprehension of nacre as silver is an extra-normal variety of visual perception. The second definition referred to in the Bhashya is Kechittu yatra yadadhyasah tat vivekagrahani bandhano brahma iti. But others assert that wherever a superimposition on anything occurs, there is in evidence only a confusion arising from the absence of discrimination between them. This is Akhyati, which is the theory of the Prabhakara school of Purva Mimamsa. According to this school, all knowledge is valid knowledge. The object of this definition is to protect the authoritativeness of the Vedas, which are apaurushaya. The validity of any statement depends on the reliability of the person making it. But the Vedas have no other. So this theory makes the Vedas self-valid, swata pramana. Sri Shankara points out that in addition to the perception and remembrance, there should be another knowledge of the form. This is silver, and this illusion, Brahma. So, Akhyātivāda is not valid. According to the Tattvadipana commentary on Vivarna, this definition is that of the Sankhyas. This is based on the view that Sri Shankara must have referred to the Sankhya view because he considers the Sankhyas to be the principal opponents of Advaita. The third definition is Anyetu yatra yadabdhyasah tasyaiva viparita dharmatva kalpanam achakshate iti. Others say that the superimposition of anything on any other substratum consists in attributing some contradictory qualities to that very substratum. This is the theory of Asakta iti held by the Madhyamika school of Buddhism. It says that illusory perception, something non-existent, is apprehended as existent. Both the substratum nacre and the illusory silver are non-existent. This view is rejected by all the Vedic schools because there cannot be any cognition of what does not exist. However, according to Brahma Vidya Bharana, this is the definition of Advaita itself. After referring to these three definitions, Sri Shankara Bhagavatpada points out that according to all schools, sarvavyapitu anyasya anyadharmavabhasatam navyabhicharati. There is no difference of opinion on the point that in adhyasa one thing appears as something else. Thus, this is a feature of adhyasa which is accepted by all. Such a definition is therefore comprehensive and cannot be disputed by anyone. All schools of philosophy accept adhyasa. The difference is only in the method of explaining how it happens. There are 5 main theories in this respect, as described in the earlier lectures. The theory of Advaita Vedanta is Anirvachanayika Khyati. In the Bhashya, 2 examples of adhyasa are taken. Suktikahi Rajatavadavabhasate Ekaschandraha Sadvitiyavat. A piece of nacre appears as silver and one moon appears as many. The nacre appearing as silver is called Nirupadhika Adhyasa. That is superimposition without an upadhi or limiting adjunct. This is the kind of adhyasa because of which one says, I am a man. In this adhyasa, the self is identified with the human body. The moon appearing as many due to reflections in many parts of water is called Sopadhika Adhyasa, superimposition with a limiting adjunct. Here, the limiting adjunct is the medium of reflection, namely the part of water. This is the kind of adhyasa by which the one non-dual pure consciousness appears as innumerable jivas because of being reflected in innumerable subtle bodies. Adhyasa creates differences such as Ishvara and jivas in one and only pure consciousness. The suffix vat added to rajata in the Bhashya indicates that the silver is anirvachaniya, that is, it cannot be categorized as either real or unreal. This indescribability has necessarily to be accepted. Appaya Dikshita gives an example in his work Parimala. We see a man coming towards us from a distance. We say, this man looks like Devadatta. Here the word like does not indicate similarity, but doubt as to whether the man is Devadatta or not. In the Rajatavat also, the suffix vat added to Rajata does not mean that what is seen is like silver. It indicates the indescribability of the silver seen. By the use of this suffix vat, Sri Shankara rejects all the other theories about adhyasa. Is the silver real or false? If it is real, is the silver actually present in front, or is it silver existing somewhere also? We cannot say that the silver is present here because when we go near and examine, we find that there is no silver. If it is silver existing somewhere else, as held by the theory of anyata khyayati. It cannot be seen because there is no contact between the eye and the silver. If the opponent says that it can be seen even without eye contact, it will mean that anything anywhere can be seen by us, which is absurd. If the opponent says that the silver is seen due to some defect and not by the eye, it will mean that it can be seen even when the eyes are closed. If the opponent says that the eyes have to be kept open to see the nacre, and if by keeping the eyes open one can see even an object far away, then it is not defect but a blessing. Defect is what prevents the thing on which it operates from performing its function. If there is some defect in the eyes, nothing will be seen. The defect cannot make him see what cannot be seen with good eyes. So silver, which is elsewhere, cannot be seen. Seeing double is not due to a defect. What the defect does is to prevent the person from seeing that there is only one object. The reason for seeing double is ajnana or ignorance according to Advaita. So it is anirvachya. Defect is the reason for not seeing the moon as only one, and ajnana is the reason for seeing the moon as two. Because of defect, the nacre is not seen as nacre, and because of ignorance, it is seen as silver. The defect may be in the object, or the person seeing it, or in the conditions prevailing at that time. The nihilist Buddhist says that the objects seen are non-existent. This cannot be because what is non-existent cannot become an object of perception. So the silver is neither real nor unreal. Now, an objection is raised. How can a thing be both real and unreal, or different from real as well as different from unreal? The answer is given by taking an example. An animal cannot be both a cow and a buffalo, but it can be different from both cow and buffalo. It can be a horse. Similarly, a thing can be different from both real and unreal. Vivarana says, there is no scope for any such question because the silver is anirvachaniyam. Another objection is, the man who thinks it is silver goes free. That means that he thinks it is real silver. So it cannot be anirvachaniyam. It must be real silver existing elsewhere. Or he may not know that it is anirvachaniyam and may think it is real silver. That is why he tries to